And I'm Josh.
And we're the Geinerts.
Our story with Biking for Babies starts at a Sikh conference. We stumbled across the Biking for Babies booth, and it was well placed in our life. We were engaged, and I was looking for something to express my faith into my adult life, not just at the Newman Center in college. And cycling had been a way that God had started to work in my life, which is kind of interesting. But then we found Biking for Babies, and it was just that perfect fit for me to grow and for me to learn, and then for me to welcome Emily into that as we were married.
So for the first couple years that he was a missionary, I was involved on the spiritual side, praying for him, helping him with his training and fundraising. But I got to be a missionary for the first time last year, and that was a huge blessing. It had its challenges. We were pregnant at the time that we said yes to that commitment for Biking for Babies. So while Joshua was on the ride, I was home with a little 6-week-old boy who was teaching us a lot about the mission of Biking for Babies in a very real way. But we got to be on the same route together this past year, and that was a beautiful experience.
And it's been really cool for us to see how Biking for Babies has made a difference in the lives of the missionaries, particularly with how somebody can flourish in an environment that they finally get to be around people of the similar faith. Somebody who doesn't have a support group in the place that they live, and then Biking for Babies can become that family for them. And to get to see a person kind of come alive in the faith and in this movement is just beautiful. Like, we make a difference in the lives of women that we serve and through the pregnancy resource centers, definitely. But man, we make a difference in the lives of our missionaries. And that's the goal. Like, we treat we want to be a part of loving everybody. So when I started Biking for Babies, I had no knowledge, no understanding of pregnancy resource centers. At that time I lived in the city where the only abortion facility exists in North Dakota, which is now shut down, thank God. But at the time, it was the one place you could go to in North Dakota for an abortion. And I really thought it was a huge shame that there wasn't something else. Well, it turns out that there was something else the whole time. There was a pregnancy resource center there from the very beginning. And I had never heard that it existed, what pregnancy resource centers were, until I came into Biking for Babies. And that's a testament to just how unknown pregnancy resource centers are, just in the common vernacular, but then also what a difference we're making here. So I've been fundraising for pregnancy resource centers for 4 different years now, and there are people who regularly donate to Biking for Babies through us, and it's been really cool to be able to see how God works in those donations and to see those people kind of come alive in the mission as well. So we hope that the impact that we make is not simply at the Pregnancy Resource Center and in the lives of those women, but across the board with our missionaries and our mission partners as well.
Yeah, and so Biking for Babies has made a huge difference in our marriage and in our family. As we now have our son Ambrose, he's going to turn 17 months here pretty soon, which is kind of amazing to say, that he's been such a part of this journey, and really how much the Lord has worked through him in showing us. There have been, any moms out there, those 2 a.m. sleepless nights where you're just battling through, and there have been so many moments day in and day out where we've just been in awe of all the support that we have in our family, in each other, in the Lord, in the community. It truly takes a village to raise a child, and we've been given the huge blessing of that village.
But it's still hard, even with
It's
that.
still hard. And so there are so many moments that I turn to the Lord if Joshua is not there, wherever he may be, or if we look at each other and we just offer that moment for those families or those mothers, depending upon the situation, who don't have that village as visibly around them, that we can't really imagine what that would be like. And we're so grateful for all of those mothers that choose life, even though it's that much more difficult. And so it just has really put a fire in our hearts to offer them whatever support we can. Those pregnancy resource centers we've been talking about provide all kinds of things: diapers, wipes, cribs, lots and lots of educational resources, community resources, getting these families lined up with some other families that they can talk about the big stuff, the small stuff, to just create friendships, to give them a chance to really learn about what it is to take care of a child and earn some things that they might need. And most of all, to just shower them with prayer and love. And so that's really been our story of how Biking for Babies and our little boy have really just changed our hearts in the pro-life movement and really set us on fire.